I'm Ryan, this is my brother Daniel, and this is Rolls in the Family, and today we have a special guest with us. Just like last week, actually. We're on special guest February?
I know, next one could be you, listener.
Yeah,
you just have to be related
who
to
we'll
us.
Get next.
So
yes, it's a very, very specific criteria of being married to one of the hosts
but if
of
you
Rolls in
are,
the Family.
let us know.
Let us know. Hit our email up.
Wait.
Yes, this is the second time Mary has joined us on the channel. Last year we did top games of all time for both Mary and Daniel's wife, Kaylee. We just, I think this previous week, unless we really mix up these videos, released the video we recorded with Kaylee. And we kind of talked this year about how it wasn't going to make a lot of sense to do a top games video again, because top games are probably the same. They probably haven't changed a whole lot.
That could have saved time, Ryan. We could have just duplicated
Yeah, man.
See who noticed.
Just reposted it.
Reposted the same video.
Oh,
Just put some filter on it.
Yeah.
But that and the fact that you just don't play that many games these days.
Yeah.
We've got
No.
young kids. I mean,
Blame the kids.
Mary's not that big of a gamer
Yeah.
in general. Yet in a few kids and stuff. When things have to drop, out of your priorities in your life, let's just say games drop off for Mary.
Wow, Mary.
Sooner than they drop
Yeah,
off for
sorry.
maybe myself.
Wow.
Sorry.
Okay.
I try.
But despite that, Mary played at least 5 new games
Wow.
in the new year. And we are going to
That's
talk about
something.
her top 5 that she enjoyed most. This is kind of first impression-y. Some of these I think you have only played maybe 1 or 2 times.
Yeah.
But, it gets us talking about some games. I think in the last video we asked some silly question about what is your significant other's favorite game of 2020, new to them in 2024. Yep. Unfortunately, this is the same topic, so I don't know how to mix up that question.
Let us know again.
If you have
Keep 'em
multiple
coming.
significant others, maybe drop the other one.
Yeah, but don't let them know about each other. That's
it's complicated.
This could get really spicy in the comments.
Yes. If Mary talking about any of these games makes you just want to check it out, maybe you are on the same wavelength as Mary when it comes to gaming preferences.
I'll try to make it gripping.
Very good. That is important. We will have links in the description that you can check them all out for yourself. Let's hop into it. Starting specifically with the number 5.
Yeah.
Number 5. Count it down. Mary, let's hear it.
This is a very new one. I probably only played it twice over the holidays, maybe 3 times.
Okay.
And it's a very unique one. It's a party game, big group. I don't remember how many players it goes up to, but you use Play-Doh.
Ah, yes. You just like the Play-Doh.
I still don't know which one you're talking about.
We didn't invite you to our
I've got
Play-Doh
at least
party.
10 games that this
Wait,
could be.
did he
Cranium.
not play it? Maybe you didn't play
Yeah,
it.
no, I
Anyway, the
think you did.
game
You
is...
didn't play Cranium.
True. That's another Play-Doh
The game is Blob Party.
Oh.
Did you play that, Daniel?
I did, yes.
Okay,
We played it at least a couple times.
Okay, that's what.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2 times I played
Yeah.
it.
Probably.
I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know. You get a prompt, I think, for everybody, and then you have to build your little Play-Doh blob with a little eyeball into a
most
little
important part.
monster or something, whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're trying to. I think it's cooperative, right? Or not? It's not.
Yeah, it is, because you're trying to get into one blob.
You're trying
by
to
the
get
end of
into
the
one
game.
blob as a
Yeah.
whole group, and so your blobs actually mesh together, and it's got all these eyes on it, and I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a fun.
It's almost like the opposite of a game like Just One, where you're trying to kind of give different things. It gives you a category and then a word, a prompt, and everybody's trying to think of what are other people gonna think of with that particular prompt. So I can't even remember some of the ones we have, but I mean the categories could be movies or all these different things, and then it'll just be a word like tree or mountain or something. They're not all nature themed. This is what popped into my head. But and so everybody's writing down something that you think is going to match with people, and then you reveal, and anybody that shares the same answer gets to blob together into one team. And moving forward, now they work as a team. They still can come up with their own answers, but they choose one to represent their blob's answer. Which I think is a really cool dynamic. I haven't really seen a party game do that kind of thing of And it can play out in a lot of different ways. Like we had a game where everybody slowly got absorbed into the one big blob until there was one person. I think it was our mother.
Yeah.
She loved that.
Your poor mom.
She really loved that. We keep after my mom. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
It's
No,
not
it
you,
was
it's
it
us.
was all good. Yeah.
It
It
was
was.
But you could have another game where it splits into like a few different blobs or into two, and then you could end in a situation where it's really just like two bigger groups that are trying to combine, which is neat.
Yeah.
I think we found a little bit with weirdness of how to think about what types of things to put down.
Right. Well,
for the answers.
is it the category and what's the other? What are the two things?
It's like a category and then it's like a word that's just kind of like a
the category made it confusing
because we
sometimes.
found that there were times where people put things that it's like, okay, well that thing isn't technically in that category, but it does make sense that you would think of it when you look at these two words. So it was kind of like a discussion of like, should we say you should always be trying to do something in the category?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another thing that's interesting about it is I think it goes to 8 players out of the box, but this is like a no cap kind of game conceptually. And I kind of do wonder like, oh man, is it worth picking up a second copy?
Yeah,
so you can go to 16
group.
because that dynamic of everybody combining into blobs would be very, very funny.
It would get harder. It would get harder to collaborate when you are a bigger group.
Yeah.
On what word you're going to end up.
Yeah.
That might be a little hard. I suppose you could play 2 different groups and then those groups.
It could be a good like big group icebreaker game type thing.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, we love cooperative party games just in general, and I feel like that one was another fresh take on, a lot of these kind of games that we like. So yeah, that was a really fun one.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really gotten it played since those first couple.
You guys
times,
don't. You guys don't play it 2-player together.
Yeah, we've tried. We keep losing.
We can't agree. No,
Can't agree.
It could be a quick game.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. How about number 4?
Number 4. This is one that we, or at least I think you sort of got it thinking of our son, our oldest son, because he's playing a lot of games these days, that the 3 of us could kind of play together. That would be, easy enough, but challenges him, not too long, can get to the table, but kind of interesting. And that is Dwarf Romantic.
Ooh.
Dwarf Romantic.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
It's a hard one to
love
say.
Yeah.
Which it feels a little bit like Cascadia. It feels a little bit like
Carcassonne, maybe.
Carcassonne.
But it's team. It's cooperative.
But it's you're a team. I don't know. It's been fun. I don't know how many times I've played it. Maybe 3 or 4.
Yeah.
You guys, I think you and Toby have played it a few more times.
Yeah,
than
and actually, I think Daniel
so...
got to try
I played it once. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting making a tile-laying game like that cooperative because it kind of turns it into this just chill activity of like draw a tile and everybody's like, oh, that could go here. Oh, what about over here? It's just kind of a very
it's very
relaxing collaborative thing. And it's interesting because it's got like the kind of legacy element to it too, right? Where you're like kind of unlocking.
Oh yeah,
it's very light,
right.
but you unlock new things that can help you bump your score up. Which that's definitely something. I mean, our son. That's just exciting when you're like, oh, we got to check these things off. We get to open this thing out of box number 2 or whatever. Like it just is fun.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's I don't know if you're gonna put it in a best games for I don't know how old Toby is now, but
age range.
But
yeah, honestly,
it's a great I feel like parent-child game to play together.
Yeah, I want to do a list at some point of like non-kids games that work best with kids. Because there's a lot of these games that I wouldn't like put in my top kids categories necessarily, but they like are good options. And so, I think this is definitely one of them. And especially because it's a team game. And one thing I was kind of worried about when I got it is like, okay, it's got this kind of campaign element. Is it going to be something that we feel we can only play with the 3 of us that are playing it together? Because I was like, I kind of want to share this experience with other people. But it's actually worked pretty well. We've played with both your family and the game you were in, Daniel, of just pulling out a 1 session with a group. And that group isn't getting maybe some of the excitement of the progression of what's happening in the game. But you're able to just have kind of a fun one-off. So I could see that being a thing we still do sometimes. It's just because it can go up to, well, I mean, I think it's 6 players in the box. There's really no, I mean, it's like you take turns being the one that has the final vote on where to put it. But.
Yeah. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. So kind of a fun one. Number 3.
Number 3.
Ready for number 3?
Number 3.
So a little bit of context. I really, really love period dramas. I love anything Jane Austen. I love anything
Pride and Prejudice.
Yeah, Pride and Prejudice is my favorite.
Okay.
So this game is like being able to live out, sort of living in some time period.
It's probably the most a theme
where you
ever
get to
held.
dress up in this game?
Draw.
Yeah,
yes.
It makes you want to. Yeah. And it also makes me feel like I'm playing a type of game that you guys like to play. A little bit more strategic. It looks a little more complicated. And I'm like, yeah, but I can do it, And the theme really, really is what makes it for me.
Yes.
And it works well. Like the way that they design it works well. The game is Obsession.
Obsession.
And
which I think the tagline is like Pride, Prejudice, and Intrigue in Victorian England.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like they're really leaning into.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a weird blip with our inputs there. I don't know how much we lost there, but I was going to say that Obsession is definitely an example of a theme getting you to enjoy a game that's a lot heavier than what you would normally enjoy, and like actually enjoying it, because all the mechanics really make sense.
Yeah. So how heavy is this game? I truly know nothing about it. Like, what are we talking around? Give me a.
I would put it like in a kind of medium weight category. Like it's not quite
like a Wingspan.
I think it's more complex than Wingspan.
Mary. Okay.
Like there's actually a lot. There's actually a lot going on in this game.
Right.
It's got kind of a hand management thing of you've got these people, and like every round you need to put on some kind of event, and so you're picking one of your rooms in your manor, and it'll say like this specifically needs these type of people. Like if it's going to be a tea party, it's like you need maybe 3
a butler, a maid,
and it's,
footman,
it's specifically some of the ladies that are going to be at this tea party, and so you have to have people in your hand that you can meet those conditions. But then every person that you're able to do has like something they give you when they're a part of something. And so the more you can get into something, then you're getting all these rewards.
Like reputation, like the people you hang out with.
Oh,
and it's got a lot of flavor.
Important.
Like you'll get one that's like actually you lose reputation. It's like this is someone you are seen associating with this person, but maybe you get a lot of money for and so there's some interesting dynamics, and a lot of those draws to get those into your hand, which is like getting them into your circles, is like random. So it's a lot of having to work with what
you're like,
you get.
oh no, I've run into this person.
Like do I use them, or there's ways to get them out of your deck. And so it is very interesting, but then the ones you play go into kind of this discard pile that you can't get them back into your hand until you do like a refresh round. And so there's a little bit of like, how long can I go without needing to burn a whole turn just to get my cards back? And there's a lot of other stuff kind of around that, but it's very clever. Now, the other caveat here is we got it now in our season of life that's probably the hardest for us to really play it.
I don't know how long it took us to play those few times we played it, but
with 2 of us that know, you probably could get close to an hour and a half. But like with 4 people, it was over 2 hours.
Yeah.
So it's a bigger game, and the reality is we're not even playing medium or even smaller games that often right now. So there's a little bit of this understanding that like, okay, we know we like it. It's probably not going to see a lot of play right now. But
we should play it with Daniel and Kaylee.
We should play it with you. You guys would like it.
Yeah. Wow. Ryan's just complimenting Mary. It's the what I hear, Ryan. It's the next step after TI4. Is that what I'm hearing?
And we're back again, and that's all we have to say about Obsession, I think.
Yeah.
Good game. I mean, if you like that theme, period drama,
which I don't.
Jane Austen.
Yeah, you do.
I know Daniel's a huge. And you like, board games that have a little bit more to them. I mean, this is the one, because there's a lot of games where they paste on a theme and you're like, this isn't a very good game, and like they're kind of capitalizing on people that like the theme. This is like actually a very well made game that really brings out the flavor. So
that's awesome.
I'm glad Mary likes it.
Yes,
very nice.
It's fun,
but not as much as these next two games.
I know. What? 2 higher? Wow.
So number 2, is that what we're on? Number 2. So I probably shouldn't even bring up this game.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
The game that this reminds me of anyway.
This is controversial.
Anyone played Skip-Bo?
Oh, Mary, how could you? Mary,
So
that
my
was in the
family-
fine print of what not to say on the channel before joining. Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Like Skip-Bo, I grew up playing Skip-Bo. And it's just fun, easy. Just look it up.
Yeah. A lot of people know Skip-Bo. Very light family card
So
game.
this one, it has, I don't know, it's not like it, but it just reminds me of times playing Skip-Bo. And that would be Romy Rami.
Romy Rami.
I said it right. It's a little tricky.
Romy Rami.
Romy
Like it's based on rummy, but we're just going to change the vowels. I don't know that you did.
No, he
Kate
did. He played it with me, and I took his place.
Oh yeah, you had to take
that
over.
one.
I took your place for a while, and then we rotated.
Didn't we win?
Yeah, Mary
yes, I helped you
your
win.
game.
Oh my gosh, Mary.
It was because of me.
Okay, keep going.
Keep going.
I don't remember how it's got like
it's a very because it kind of has the rummy aspect of you're either trying to make sets or runs, but you're trying to make them to match these contracts. So there's these cards that come out that you need a run of 3 in a row and then 3 of the same card. And on your turn, there's 6 cards available that you can take any 3 that share either a number or a suit. And so sometimes you can only get like 2, or sometimes the one you really want, like, oh, but I could get 3 cards of things that I don't want as much as that. So you got to kind of decide. But then kind of the clever thing in it is with these contracts, you can use any cards to do it. The suit is irrelevant for actually completing the contract. But every contract has a suit, like Heart, for example. They have it's not just standard suits, though Hearts happens to be one of them. But every card you used in that contract that matches the suit of the contract, you get to put into this pile that's going to be a point per card at the end of the game. So you can choose to just go do a contract and like not match the suit at all.
Yeah.
And you'll get the contract, and the contract's worth points, and that might push the pace of the game. But if you can manage to do contracts and really match the suit, you're stocking up all these extra points. And it feels good. It feels good when you can.
It does.
Yeah, so I thought you might like this one. It was... it struck me as a game that, I mean, to your point, people that like games like Skip-Bo or some of these more traditional... Rummikub or something like that, might like this card game.
Yeah.
It's gone over pretty well so far.
Yeah, I feel like
it's
it's key to have games that bridge people from like experiences that are familiar to them. You know, like a lot of people, whether it's Skip-Bo, Rummy, stuff like that, like if you can then introduce this game and they're like, oh, immediately they can see the connections.
I've played a game where you make runs and sets.
Yeah.
Like that makes sense.
Yeah. Easy to get to the table because of that and teach for the most part. There's a few spots you're like, wait, what am I doing? What am I supposed to? When you first learn it,
Yeah,
it took
it's a few notches above Skip-Bo. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's not really like Skip-Bo, but it just has that feel. I don't know. I
Yeah.
haven't played Skip-Bo in a long time, so.
Yeah, I can't remember if we played this one with anybody in your family yet.
No, but I think my family would like it, so we should try that.
Yep,
Yeah,
nice quick
so
one.
there you go.
Nice.
Very nice.
All right, on to my number one.
Number 1. You'd think I would know what it is since I put
come
together.
on, Ryan.
I put together the short list of options for this.
Ryan, do you have a guess? Get in your head. Come on.
I've forgotten everything.
Like literally everything?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Really?
What
That's
am I
good.
doing?
This
Who
is
are you
good.
guys?
Mary.
Hello?
Is Ryan okay?
This is a pretty big group party game that involves drawing.
Oh.
And
I know what it is.
Even when I first heard about it, I was like, oh yeah, I want this game. I want to play this game. And I want to play it more with some of the groups we have, because I don't know if we've gotten it out with some of our groups.
Yeah.
Anyway, So the game is a fake artist goes to New York.
Typical artist pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it has artist in the name.
I know.
And makes her number one.
She actually hasn't even played this game.
Yeah. The interesting thing about it, though, is that it's harder than you think because it's a sort of a mind game. You have to be very strategic.
It's got that element of something like Dixit, the like I want to be evident without being too obvious, but puts it into like drawing.
Yes.
Because basically everybody except one person knows what we're drawing, knows the word.
Yeah.
And so like pineapple, I know was one of them that we did. And one person has no idea what you're drawing. And then you're taking turns with your different colored markers, adding one stroke
One line.
to the picture. And the tricky thing about it is, one, if you don't know what it is, you're just kind of adding something, acting confidently, because you don't want anybody to know that you're the fake artist. So just confidence, something really. But if you are the one that do know, you want other people to know that you know. So you want to do things that other people will be like, okay, yeah, you would only have done that.
But you also don't want it to be too obvious because the person who doesn't know, you don't want them to know.
Figure it out.
So
you got all this? It's
Yeah.
Because at the very end, very end, after everybody has added two things to the picture, we'll vote on who we think the fake artist is.
Yep.
And if we can't identify the fake artist, like if the majority doesn't, the fake artist wins. They got away with it. They blended in. But if we do pick them, they still have a chance if they can guess the thing we were drawing. And so that's what makes it so hard as the drawers that know is you don't want to do anything that the person's going to go, oh, and they know the category. Like they know the category you're in.
Yeah.
And so we definitely, for example, I think when we did, was pineapple one of the ones that the person got?
I don't remember.
It definitely was like the first time we played, we just like realized we made it way too obvious, and the person at the like we all guessed the fake artist, and then they were like, "Yep, it's this."
It was an immaculate pineapple.
Cheese.
Yes,
it was the cheese one. That was the obvious
cheese
one.
was too obvious.
It just looked like a.
But you play this with
like
the same
cheese,
group a few times in a row, and you start to kind of tune. And when you get it right, it is so funny.
Yeah. Well, but even as it's going around and each person's adding a line, even if they do know and they're just sitting there like thinking, everyone just burst out laughing because you're just like, there's no line being made yet, and you're just like.
Well, and then it's all this build up, and then they'll add like a little centimeter curve, and I was just like, what game makes me laugh so hard because somebody did a little
curve? Yeah, it's just so funny.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you were saying this, Ryan, kind of that Dixit tension of trying to communicate, but not too much, which, Mary, you're a fan of Dixit.
Dixit is my favorite game.
There's definitely something there.
It's got a little bit of the social deduction element because there's kind of a hidden role and you're trying to blend in.
Yeah.
But it does make it a lot easier than these games where you have to straight lie. Because because it's so hard for the people that do know, it's not that hard to blend in. Like you do some little conservative thing, or often what happens is like, somebody did like a little squiggle thing, and then the fake artist like does another one kind of parallel, emphasizes it.
Yeah.
And then everybody's going, are they doing that because they know or because they don't?
Right. It's tricky. It's tricky.
I know you have to think about, if you were the fake person, like what are the kinds of things you would do? And so like duplicating what someone else has done. And so then you think about for yourself, even if you're good, like, I maybe don't want to duplicate what somebody else has done because that's something that, what are
a fake artist would do.
What are moves that the other people will know what I'm doing, but a fake artist could never make that move themselves.
Yeah, and won't make the connection. And won't make the real thing.
Yeah, it's a clever one.
And occasionally somebody will get one like that, and people around the table will go like, and the fake artist goes, because they're trying to blend in. Oh, very nice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I do wish this game worked a little cleaner with like how you get it comes in the Oink Games lines, which is a really small box, and you get these tiny little things that whoever's picking the word, because there's somebody that's like the judge. they're such quick games, so it doesn't really matter. But somebody's not actually in the game; they're the one that picks the word that's going to be used, and they have to write it on all the little things except for one that they put an X on, and then pass them out. But they're these tiny things, and it's dry erase. So we often have had it that somebody like picks up their thing, and they, by picking it up, like smudge the whole word off, and then they're like,
yeah.
And so it is like, I wish
a
there was a
little
better way
weird.
to do that. Honestly, I should look to see if there's like an app.
Yeah.
Because that would be cool if you could like, you know, send it to the app and then the app randomly sends it out to everybody that's playing and, you know, only one person doesn't get it.
Right. I will never forget the game we played of this, Ryan, where the person who was writing down the words, wrote it on
All
everybody. Wrote it on all
Forgot to
of,
put the X in.
yeah.
Which is hilarious, honestly. And it's hilarious because he let it, even after he realized that he didn't put a fake artist in, basically.
He let it happen.
He let it play out, which was so funny because we got all the way to the point where we're
trying to figure out
gonna
who...
vote on a fake artist, and we're like, who is it? Because we like felt like everybody knew, and then he's like, that's because everybody does know. It was, despite being kind of a broken game, it was a very funny.
It was funny.
So
And it
good.
made me go, it'd be very funny sometime to put X's on all of Nobody knows what we're drawing, but everybody thinks they're the only one.
We have to do that sometime.
I have to do it, but you can't tell anybody.
You can't tell anyone. Make it happen. Next reunion.
Yes, that'll make my top plays. Man.
Oh my gosh. The
But
game's
as you
quick
can
enough
tell,
too.
just us talking about it, it is a funny game.
Yep.
And one that is pretty unique that despite some of its shortcomings with the just implementation,
Well,
I
and
think.
it lived up to expectations because when you had told me about it, I was like, oh, that's gotta be fun. Like that sounds like it's gonna be really fun, and it is. So that's
And everybody, when you teach it, everybody kind of goes in it. It's kind of skeptical. It's like, is this gonna work? And everybody's doing it, but pretty quickly as you go around, it kind of finds its energy, and especially if you play multiple times in a row.
yes,
Because people start to kind of figure out how to play within it.
Yeah.
Nice. The
So, there you go.
smallest box of them all
Yep, it's very cute.
comes in at Mary's number 1. We didn't tell Mary that we often
Did
just
we lose
try to
Danielle?
no.
Nope.
We got her.
I'll include that.
That
at the
was
end.
really good. Oh my gosh, it looked like you froze.
Well, if you enjoyed having Mary on the video, let us know down in the comments below. This will decide if we ever have her back. But it was a great time hearing her top new games. And if you want to hear more of Mary's top games, you heard Dixit is one that she really enjoys. She's got her whole top games in a video right here that you can check out. Otherwise, we will see you in the next one.